Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. In today's video, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at the 2021 Genesis G80. Now, I'm really looking forward to showing you all this car because it's unique, it's different, and it's been a while since we've seen an all-new player enter the automotive market. The thing is, just like Infiniti is to Nissan and Lexus is to Toyota, Genesis is to Hyundai. And it hasn't been that long ago that they established the Genesis nameplate as their dedicated luxury brand. We've already had the fortune of checking out some Genesis products on the channel, like the incredibly fun G70 sports sedan, but the G80 is their mid-size offering. Now, the focus of this video is going to be giving you all a deep dive into the car. We're going to talk about how it drives, performance, how all of the features work. We'll talk about pricing and more. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up and let her run. The G80 is beautiful and refreshingly different. It seems like most luxury manufacturers have been focused on bringing a more sporty demeanor to their lineup. However, it's gotten to the point where I feel the water is being muddied with vehicles struggling to find their true identity. Genesis seems to have found a sweet spot that combines modern design elements with traditional undertones, something they like to refer to as athletic elegance. It's given them a unique place in their respective segments and a recognizable identity that differentiates them from the competition in a positive way. The G80 honestly reminds me of a mix between a Mercedes CLS and a Bentley Continental. The front is characterized by a bold crest grille and double-lined quad LED headlamps. Looking over the front fenders, you'll notice two line graphics that extend beyond the headlamps and into the rear fenders and LED tail lamps, encompassing all sides of the vehicle. The side profile is characterized by a parabolic line that also begins at the front headlamps. It gradually runs through the tops of the doors towards the rear of the car. The side markers are also a really nice touch and complement the headlamps. Chrome is smartly used to accent the bodywork. My favorite pieces are the lower trim strips that stretch across the rocker panels and sweep up the sides of the rear bumper. The back of the car features a dramatic tapered look that combines a sloping trunk lid with a sculpted spoiler and the quad tail lamps. There's a chrome strip that stretches the full width of the trunk lid and dual exhaust finishers. With regards to pricing, an entry-level turbo 4-cylinder G80 starts at $48,725, while the twin-turbo V6 G80 starts at $60,125. Both of those prices include a $1,025 destination fee. All-wheel drive is a $3,150 option. This example is a rear-wheel drive V6 with the optional Prestige package, which is also available on 4-cylinder G80s. I'll cover what all that entails as we go through the video. This paint color, Tasman Blue, is a $400 option. For what you see here, the total MSRP is $66,525. Currently, the G80 is offered with a choice between two engines and drivetrain configurations. The standard 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder develops 300 horsepower at 5,800 RPM and 311 pound-feet of torque between 1,650 and 4,000 RPM. The available 3.5-liter twin-turbocharged V6 shown here develops 375 horsepower at 5,800 RPM and 391 pound-feet of torque between 1,300 and 4,500 RPM. Both engines feature aluminum blocks and heads with 4 valves per cylinder, dual continuous variable valve timing, and a fuel system that combines both direct and multi-port injection. From the outside, the only real way to tell which engine the car has is whether or not it has the 3.5T badge on the trunk lid. The dual polished exhaust tips are standard with either engine. With the V6, accelerating to 60 miles an hour from a standstill takes around 5 seconds. The available all-wheel drive system is a rear-biased multi-mode system that provides an electronic variable torque split clutch with active torque control between the front and rear axles. It's a new design that focuses on weight reduction and capability. Again, rear-wheel drive is standard. The only transmission offered with either engine is an 8-speed automatic. It's been optimized for the new engines, utilizing a wider gear ratio range for improved acceleration and efficiency. It's electronically controlled by a rotary dial in the center console. You simply twist it left or right to put the car in gear. Park is engaged by the button on top. There's also a set of paddle shifters on the back of the steering wheel if you want to manually change gears. Helping tailor the driving experience is a suite of drive modes. This car had Eco, Comfort, Sport, and Custom modes. They each have their own unique calibrations for transmission mapping, throttle response, suspension firmness, and more. You can tailor things to your exact likings via the Custom mode. With the 12.3-inch 3D digital instrument cluster, exclusive to the Prestige package, the layout and colors change to better suit each drive mode. Something that's a little different is the tachometer. It swings up to the left instead of to the right. The only other manufacturer I know of that does this is Aston Martin. As far as fuel economy, EPA estimates for the 4-cylinder with rear-wheel drive range between 23 miles per gallon in the city and 32 miles per gallon on the highway. With the V6 in rear-wheel drive, those numbers drop a bit to 19 miles per gallon in the city and 27 miles per gallon on the highway. I averaged around 23 miles per gallon. Of course, with all-wheel drive, you can expect estimates for both engines to be a tad lower. V6 cars also receive a larger 19.5-gallon fuel tank versus 17.2 gallons. Premium fuel is recommended for both engines. The G80 lineup has a few different wheel sizes and styles depending on the trim level. With the twin-turbo V6, the wheels are staggered, 19 by 8.5 inches in front and 19 by 9.5 inches in the rear. However, with the Prestige package, the diameter is bumped up to 20 inches. Pirelli P0 all-season tires were equipped on my tester, 245/40s in front and 275/35s in the rear. With the twin-turbo V6, you also get larger brakes, consisting of 4-wheel internally ventilated discs that span 14.2 inches in front and 13.6 inches in the rear. They're clamped down by 4-piston and single-piston calipers respectively. The calipers are painted silver and features Genesis logos on the front. As expected, they stop with lots of bite. An electronic parking brake with auto hold is standard. The G80's all-new rear-drive unibody structure has 6% greater tensile strength than that of its predecessor, all while shedding some weight thanks in part to a greater use of high-strength steel, hot-stamped parts, and aluminum. The body structure is also a mix of steel and aluminum for additional weight savings. The G80's curb weight, depending on engine and drivetrain configurations, not to mention features and equipment, ranges between 3,957 and 4,497 pounds. Torsional rigidity also surpasses the outgoing car by 3%, helping improve NVH levels. Through the use of more advanced materials, this car delivers a higher degree of dynamic driving performance without sacrificing on comfort. The suspension is a fully independent 4-wheel multi-link design. Through the corners, the G80 handles surprisingly well, although it does lean a little bit more towards luxury than sport. Having driven the G70 and G90, the overall road manners of this car are very much like a blend between the two. With the twin-turbo V6, you get electronically controlled adaptive dampers with Road Preview, which uses the car's front camera to read the road ahead, basically giving the adaptive dampers an advanced notice of road imperfections to optimize ride comfort and better minimize impacts. The steering is a rack and pinion setup that features electric power assistance, courtesy of a motor mounted directly on the rack itself. With a variable gear ratio, it's able to be more precise at higher speeds and more relaxed and easy to maneuver at lower speeds. The overall ratio is 11.2 to 1, and it takes 2¼ turns to lock. The turning diameter is 38.1 feet. Open the doors and you'll find one of the nicest interiors in the segment. Power soft closing doors are available. The interior is offered in several colors depending on the exterior color, including two-tone options. This one by far is my favorite. Maroon brown with dark blue leather and eucalyptus open-pore wood. With the Prestige package, leather wraps most of the interior. Just like the exterior, the interior is refreshingly different. It's beautifully modern with thoughtful attention to detail. With the Prestige package, microfiber suede wraps the headliner, pillars, and rear shelf. For 2021, the G80 features improved door sealing, new engine compartment sound insulation, and resonant sound-reducing wheels to ensure, according to Genesis, class-leading quietness. The thing is, when the Genesis nameplate was first established, the G80 was nothing more than a rebadged second-generation Hyundai Genesis. The all-new G80 was fully developed under the Genesis umbrella, and it really shows. In my opinion, the way this car looks, feels, and operates, it's right on par if not superior to a number of competitors out there. Sure, some offer more dynamic driving, but if a traditional feeling luxury car is more your style, you'd be hard-pressed to find something else out there that will replicate what this car offers for a similar price. For me, an intuitive interior is almost as important as how the car drives because you have to live with so much technology, it better be easy to use. This car nails it on the head. Everything is clearly laid out and within reach. It's all pretty self-explanatory. There's an appreciable blend of buttons and digital controls to keep things modern but straightforward. The front seats come standard with 12-way power adjustment and 4-way power lumbar. Leatherette upholstery is standard on the base model cars. Genuine leather is available. The Prestige package, though, adds supple Napa leather. I love the intricate stitching and pipework, it's very classy. The seats are very comfortable and offer well-rounded support. The headrests and seatbelts are also adjustable. Other seating features included with the Prestige package are power side bolsters, a cushion extender, and an ergo motion feature. The only downside is that all of these extras are only offered on the driver's seat. The ergo motion features 7 air cells to optimize seating for each driving mode. For example, when you put the car into sport mode, the side bolsters automatically tighten up to hug you in place. It also helps reduce fatigue via several stretching modes and automatic posture correction. Another interesting feature common to Genesis vehicles and included with the Prestige package is the remote-operated passenger seat. I say remote because the driver is able to adjust the passenger seat however needed by a pair of buttons on the inside passenger seat bolster, or by a menu within the infotainment system. It's ideal for a chauffeur scenario where you can maximize rear seat legroom for someone. The standard audio system consists of 12 speakers. There's also an available 21-speaker Lexicon audio system that features quantum logic surround sound and different modes that can alter the listening experience to better suit the type of music you're listening to. For example, stage mode makes it sound like you're listening to a live performance. You can easily differentiate the Lexicon system by the beautiful stainless steel speaker grills. The infotainment system is very well done and offers every modern convenience and technology feature I can think of. The widescreen display spans 14.5 inches and offers high-definition graphics. It is in fact a touchscreen, but you'll most likely be using the controller in the center console most of the time. It's a rotary dial that you can twist left and right and click up, down, left, and right. You simply press down on the center button to make selections. Although it does take some time to get used to, I like the simple elegance of it. Another cool feature of the controller is that you can set destinations or enter phone numbers by writing on the center button instead of using a more complicated keyboard input within the infotainment system. You'll find all of the typical media options you'd expect nowadays, including hands-free Bluetooth streaming and smartphone integration technologies like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and Genesis connected services. The navigation system is standard along with HD radio data, which includes real-time traffic, fuel, and weather updates. You can even operate the full climate control system from the screen. Speaking of, the G80 comes standard with a 2-zone system, but is available with a 3-zone system. The controls feature a combination of buttons, knobs, and a capacitive touch digital display with tactile feedback. Although I feel digital displays are a bit harder to get used to while driving, you can't deny the fact that it looks really cool. It actually works quite well, and it's awesome they incorporated rear controls into it as well. Heated front seats are standard, while ventilated front seats and a heated steering wheel are optional, along with heated rear seats. For those times you're just sitting idle and want to feel like relaxing for a bit, there's actually a Sounds of Nature Ambience system that offers 6 calming themes so you can create a peaceful retreat inside the G80. If you want, you can easily turn the infotainment system off. It's nice to have the option, especially if you're wanting to darken the interior at night. Of course, the steering wheel has all sorts of multifunction controls that operate the driver information system, radio, telephone, and cruise control. The semi-personal seating arrangement out back offers comfortable seating for 2. Of course, you have the option of seating a third person in the middle, but with the height of the seat and the drive shaft tunnel, they'd have to be smaller. The rear seat is not like a traditional bench seat. The outer portions have fairly pronounced side bolsters which really hold you in place. They're very comfortable and offer great lower back support. All 3 headrests are adjustable. Power rear and manual side sunshades are available, along with that tri-zone climate control system and heated outboard seats. Overall interior space out back, in my opinion, is pretty generous. The doors open up wide, and the roof slope isn't really aggressive enough to hinder ingress or egress. I'm 5'10". Once inside, there was plenty of leg and headspace to spare, so if you're right at 6 feet tall, you should fit fine. The large fold-down center console is a nice touch. It too is wrapped in leather. In addition to the grip handles and coat hooks on the ceiling, there's little round hooks on the B-pillars. A fully powered trunk lid is available, however the hands-free smart trunk is not available with the fully powered trunk. Its only purpose is to open the trunk, similar to what we've seen on many Hyundai and Kia vehicles in the past. The smart trunk is standard only on the base G80. Inside the trunk, you have 13.1 cubic feet of cargo space. For additional cargo management, there's 3 storage nets, 2 across the sides and 1 in the middle. You can remove the one in the middle if you want to take advantage of the 4 cargo tie-downs. The rear seats do not fold down. Instead, there's a pass-through behind the center console that allows for longer items. Underneath the trunk floor, there's a large compartment that houses the temporary spare tire and related changing equipment. Throughout the interior, you have an expected amount of storage space for a sedan in this class, including a large locking glove box that features a damped lid, a split opening center console with a removable tray and a 12-volt power outlet, center console cup holders and phone storage with an optional wireless charger, seat back storage, and lower door pockets. The rear console not only has cup holders, but a good-sized compartment that houses a USB charge port. The G80 offers a suite of standard active and passive safety systems, including several driver assistance systems. These include, but aren't limited to, highway driving assist, forward collision avoidance assist, blind spot collision avoidance assist, and smart cruise control with machine learning. The latter actually uses artificial intelligence to help the car independently learn the driving characteristics of and assist the driver. Lane departure warning, lane keep assist, and lane following assist are also included. Inside, there's 10 airbags, including front and side airbags, a driver's knee airbag, as well as a center airbag between the front seat occupants that helps prevent secondary contact between occupants and a side impact. Perhaps the most wild feature is Remote Smart Parking Assistant. It provides remote drive and reverse functions that facilitate parking in narrow spaces, as well as perpendicular parking and parallel parking. This can be controlled within the car or outside remotely via the key fob. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed the in-depth look at the 2021 Genesis G80. Be sure to stay tuned next time, leave a like down below, and subscribe today because there's always a lot more content where that came from. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.